All right, let's get into this one. We're going to break down a really chilling piece of modern folklore. It's a story that perfectly mixes the everyday with the truly supernatural. It's all about a family, a new home, and this deep hunger that comes right out of the water. This is the tale of the Micho Boot, the ghost of the fish.
You know, a question like that, it just sets the perfect scene for a great ghost story. Because when the rain is lashing down and the world goes dark, that line between what's real and what isn't, it starts to get a little blurry. And sometimes, something is waiting right there in that blur.
So our story kicks off with a new beginning. We meet Tapin, he's a government official, his wife, and their two daughters, Suganda and Indrani. They're moving into this remote government house right by a river. But, well, their welcome is anything but warm.
Right from the jump, the family's arrival is just unsettling. They pull up in the middle of a torrential downpour, late at night, and they're met by the old caretaker, Bhuvan. And the first thing he does is give them this chilling warning. He tells them the locals don't go anywhere near the river after dark. I mean, that is the first major red flag right there.
So Tapin, being a decent guy, offers the old man a ride to the house. You know, the logical thing to do in a storm. But Bhuvan says no. He insists on taking a completely different, longer path on foot. He would rather walk through all that mud and rain than drive on the road that runs alongside the river. Why? Well, this small, super strange decision is our first real clue that he knows something they don't. In stories like this, it's always the locals who get the true danger of a place. And then we get the first truly bizarre moment. As they're driving along that same river road Bhuvan refused to take, they see him. Or at least, a figure that looks identical to him, walking right by the water's edge. They're just completely baffled. I mean, how could he have possibly gotten there so fast on foot? It makes no sense. Okay, so let's jump to the next morning, and you'll see how this really starts to build. The confusion from the night before is about to turn into something much more real, something you can't just explain away.
When they ask Bhuvan how on earth he beat them to the house, his answer just makes the mystery even deeper. He's totally adamant. He says he didn't go anywhere near the river. He used the back path, just like he said he would. So, if that wasn't Bhuvan they saw, who or what was it?
That feeling of unease from the night before, it doesn't just disappear with the sunrise. In fact, the storm actually left behind some evidence, a clue, imprinted right there in the wet earth that suggests they weren't alone. Okay, check this out. They find footprints leading from the river right up to their front door. But here's the truly chilling detail. There are no tracks leading to the river. It's a one-way path. And Bhuvan, the caretaker, he has this terrifying explanation. He tells them the tracks belong to a creature with reversed feet. Now, this is a common trait of certain malevolent spirits in South Asian folklore. It's a physical sign that you are dealing with something deeply unnatural. The tracks prove it. Something walked out of the river and came straight to their house.
So now, this general feeling of dread is about to get very, very personal. The focus of the story shifts to the older daughter, Suganda, a teenager who is about to come face to face with whatever is causing all these strange signs.
Suganda's mom sends her to the market to buy some fish, and on her way, she sees this beautiful girl sitting by the river. The description is just enchanting. Large, dark eyes, a captivating face. The girl doesn't seem threatening at all. She's alluring. She actually beckons Suganda over, pulling her in with this silent, mysterious smile.
Suganda explains that she's on her way to the market, specifically to buy fish. And that is when the beautiful girl speaks. And her request is so strange, so direct, that it cuts right to the heart of what this thing is. It's not a greeting, it's a demand. She wants the fish. So Suganda gets distracted for just a split second by her sister calling her name. She turns back to introduce her new friend, and the girl is gone. I don't mean walked away or ran off. I mean vanished, like she was never even there. This is where the story really ramps up. That strange encounter by the river was unsettling for sure, but Suganda's journey home from the market, as the daylight starts to fade, turns into an absolute waking nightmare. As she's walking, the horror starts to build in layers. First, there's the smell, this overwhelming, nauseating stench of rot. Then there's the feeling, a shadow moving in perfect step with her, just at the edge of her vision. She knows she's being followed by something she can't see. And finally, the sound. A voice. It's the exact same demand from earlier, but now it's a disembodied whisper coming from the oppressive darkness that's closing in around her.
This is no longer just a weird request, it's a threat.
And then the voice changes. It's not just a whisper anymore. It's filled with rage, with this terrifying impatience. The entity is done asking nicely. This is pure, raw, supernatural hunger.
She does the only thing anyone could do. She runs. She drops everything and just sprints for her life, finally collapsing at the front door in a state of absolute terror. She's safe, or so she and her family think.
But see, the real horror of this story isn't about being chased through the dark. No, it's about what happens when the monster actually gets inside. The final scene here belongs to Suganda's mother, later that same night.
Everything is quiet. The family probably thinks the nightmare is over. But then, a sound from the kitchen wakes the mother up. It's a strange noise, something that just doesn't belong. So she goes to investigate.
What she finds in there, it's the horrifying climax of the whole story. It's her daughter Suganda just standing in the dark, and she's devouring the raw fish from the market. Her face and clothes are just covered in blood and guts, and her expression, it's not human anymore. It's monstrous.
And then the thing wearing her daughter's face speaks. In this calm, bone-chilling voice, it explains what happened. See, the entity didn't just chase her, it caught her, it possessed her. The Micho boot got its fish, and in exchange, it got itself a new host.
And that is where the story leaves us. It's such a terrifying conclusion because it's not really an ending at all. The family is now trapped with this monster living inside their daughter's body, a ghost driven by a singular, endless hunger. It really makes you wonder, what's it going to want next?